I used to run a lot and I had to get up early in the mornings, and I didn't have a dog because I had 2 young kids. So I decided it was time to get a dog. So back 15 years ago, there was no Facebook Marketplace, so it was a matter of going to the paper and just finding a dog. Didn't even know what he looked like. He was a year old, so he was going to be a good sort of running dog, I thought, which he was. Took him to the vet to get him his vaccinations and him fixed, and she said, "I think you've got a dingo there." So she did a DNA test on him, and sure enough, part dingo, part Kelpie cross. So great dog and great running dog. Jed's quality of life is very important to me because he has been an exceptional dog for me in many ways. He has saved me from trouble 3 times, and he's kept me company. He's been with me all the time, so got me through some pretty depressing days, you know, looking at your dog. So he means everything to me. He is aging and it is scary. It is a bit of a stress knowing that he's 15, and I try not to go there. We have 3 dogs. 2 of them don't like the storm. He's our worst. He doesn't cope very well at all, and I think it was from when I went to pick him up out of the paper. He was just 1 year old and he was kept out in the backyard with no cover except for a kennel which was out in the weather. So I imagine for a little puppy up until 12 months of age, living in Brisbane at that time, he would have been subjected to storms, and I think that there was a great fear that came along with that. It just has gone through his whole life. He just needs to be next to me, on cue. Is there a storm coming?
No, well, supposed to be.
So he's experienced 2 storms since we've had the bed, and I've never seen him not react. So being in the bed was the first 2 times that he's never reacted to a storm. So for his stress levels and my stress levels, it was awesome. The separation anxiety he does get, he would, when I leave, he would bark for the first 5-10 minutes. He will get off his bed, go out the front and bark. He's not doing that at the moment, so I think the separation anxiety, he's a lot more settled. The relaxation of a night, he used to get in his bed and whimper. And I think that's just through the old age, getting age-related illnesses and conditions. But it seems that the bed is just relaxing him enough that whether he's not, I don't know whether it's not getting pain or he's just that relaxed that he knows that this is somewhere comfortable and he's straight off to sleep. In the old bed, he used to whimper of a night time when we're sitting there watching TV, and I think that was just due to his ageing and maybe a bit of inflammation. However, certainly noticed a marked decrease within the first night. He no longer sits there when we're watching TV whimpering. So I think it's definitely benefiting him. The comfort level of the bed, maybe it's reducing any pain of inflammation of arthritis that he's got, and that is again evident when he gets up overnight time to go out for that final walk. We always take the dogs out for a walk before we go to bed, and they go to their final sleep overnight. Jed was always found it difficult to get out of the bed, even though it was low. He was the last to get out. He was a bit stiff. And but however, with the new bed, we find that he's getting out a lot easier. And I've looked at the height of it. It is a little bit higher than his previous bed, but I actually put it down to the actual componentry of the bed and the benefits of it, that he's getting up a lot easier. He's not as rigid, he's not as stiff. With the other 2 dogs are younger, and in that mix is a 3-year-old who runs around with the ball. So we take him to the park, the other two, and they're ball crazy, him not so. But what he started to do is now run around after the two that are chasing the ball. He has no interest in the ball, but he will chase them. Now, to see a 15-year-old suddenly start to chase these younger dogs is so mind-blowing. It really is. He probably hasn't done that for about 8 months prior to getting the bed. It really was by that second night that he jumped out of the bed, which was my concern, was that night time. When he gets out, he was very, very stiff. And that second night, he got out and he just wasn't stiff. And I turned and said, what's in that bed? Can I get some of that? I was concerned with the vibration because being the dingo and a Kelpie, actually, they get startled pretty easily. So I imagined when it started, he may hop off. But because of the gentle raising of the vibration, it was perfect for him. I watched and he stayed on it. I was very surprised. He doesn't like a lot of new things, so I think that comes with the breeds. So I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was going to be this beautiful lounge looking bed. I imagined just a round bed, so it fits in with the decor, I think, perfectly, and the colours. I was very impressed with that, and also the quality of the ribbing and the seams. Even the feel of it, it was high enough but low enough for an elderly dog, I felt, to get off it. He took to it straight away, so yeah, I was very impressed. Because I wanted the best for him, being the much loved and companion that he is, I have tried very expensive beds, all up and down the ranges, from all sorts of price points, all sort of miracle things that were offered and promised, and that might have initially, I thought, but I think it was more me wishing because of all the money I'd spent on these beds. But definitely the Dog Cloud has been hands down the best. Not only we talked about the quality, not only the quality and the eco-friendly, but the results that a 15-year-old dog has managed to gain from it, and to be running around after a younger and an 11-year-old and a 3-year-old dog is remarkable. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, I'm over the moon. Yeah, as I said, to be able to give something back to him for all that he's given me in his 15 years, yeah, nothing but the best.
So the dingoes can live to 25?
They can live to 25 in the wild. He is crossed with a Kelpie, so I was a little bit concerned a few months ago, but now that he's running around, I'm looking forward to a few more years yet. With him coming home and sleeping on the Dog Cloud.